Good day, everyone. We are the group 7. Our topic is on lesson 10, the destiny of the Filipino people. Um, this is talks about the Philippine a century hence, and our objective is to determine what is the Philippine century hence about, to present result arguments on what the Philippine will be like in the future, and construct own argument on what Philippines at present will be like after 50 years. The Philippine A Century Hence is a social political essay written in 4 parts on September 1889 to January 1890 in the magazine of La Solidaridad by Jose Rizal. It is one of the most significant political works of the movement in Spain, Rizal tracing the circumstances that brought about the awakening of Filipino and consequently the birth of the Filipino spirit of a nation. He underscores the needs to establish a new kind of political relation between Spain and the Philippines. If the former does not wish a total breakup with the latter, and Spain is being given a sort. Also, it is a testament of Rizal, a profound love for his country and his unyielding hope for the future. It remains a seminal work in the Philippine literature and history, offering the invaluable insights in the colonial dynamic of the time and the enduring quest for the Philippine sovereignty and national identity.
Dr. Sericel wrote an essay titled The Philippines a Century Hence, in which he attempted to predict the country's future. Rizal outlined several scenarios for how the Philippines might evolve over the next century. The first of which was that our country would remain a Spanish colony. Sa essay na to, sinabi ni Rizal kung ano yung napipredict niyang future ng country or ng Pilipinas.
The Philippines a century hence, a plant I am that scarcely grown, was torn from out its eastern bed, where all around perfume is shed, and life but as a dream is known. The land that I can call my own, by me forgotten near to be, where thrilling birds their song taught me, and cascade where there is less roar, and all along the spreading shore, the murmurs of the sounding sea. Sa talatang ito, ang Pilipinas ay inilarawan bilang isang halamang kakaunti pa lang, na hinila mula sa kanyang silangang tahanan. Ito ay nagpapahiwatig na ang Pilipinas ay isang bansang bago pa lamang sa pag-unlad at hindi pa ganap na nagmamay-ari ng sariling identidad. Ang pagsasabi na ang buhay sa kanyang dating tahanan ay parang isang panaginip lamang ay nagpapahiwatig ng pagkawala ng koneksyon at pagkakakilanlan ng bansa sa kanyang mga pinagmulan. Binabanggit din ang mga katangiang likas ng Pilipinas tulad ng awit ng mga ibon, ang mga talonan na patuloy na umaagos, at ang mga hulinghing ng dagat. Ito ay nagpapahiwatig ng kagandahan at yaman ng kalikasan sa Pilipinas. Ang talatang ito ay nagpapahiwatig din ng pagkawala at pagkalimot sa mga katangiang Pilipinas, na nagpapakita ng pagbabago at pag-unlad na maaaring maganap sa loob ng isang taon o marami pang taon. Sa kabuuan, ang talatang ito ay naglalayong magbigay ng isang pangmalas sa hinaharap ng Pilipinas, na nagpapahiwatig ng mga pagbabago at hamon na maaaring harapin ng bansa sa mga susunod pang mga taon. The Philippines a Century Hence is an essay written by Philippine national hero Jose Rizal to forecast the future of the country within 100 years. Rizal felt that it was time to remind Spain that the circumstances that ushered in the French Revolution could have a telling effect for her in the Philippines. Rizal's essay, entitled The Philippines a Century Hence presents compelling argumentation what that state of the country will be like in the future. However, in order to be forward-looking, one must at first to be able. Ito ay isang sanaysay na isinulat ni Dr. Jose Rizal upang tukuyin ang hinaharap ng bansa sa loob ng 100 taon. Sa sanaysay na ito, pinakikita ni Rizal ang mga argumento at pananaw niya sa posibleng kalagayan ng Pilipinas sa hinaharap. Ipinapakita niya ang epekto ng pagdating ng mga Kastila sa bansa at pagsasailalim ng mga Pilipino sa bago at dayuhang kultura. Binanggit din niya ang patuloy na pang-aapi at pangmamalabis ng mga Kastila na nagdulot ng pagkasira at pagkawala ng pagkakakilanlan ng mga Pilipino. Ang Philippines a Century Hence ay isang makabuluhang pagtanaw sa hinaharap ng Pilipinas. Ito ay naglalayong magbigay ng kamalayan sa mga hamon at pagbabago na maaaring harapin ng mga bansa sa mga susunod na mga taon.
To this question, his answer is straightforward. He states that the Philippines will remain a colony of Spain if the mother country implements reform such as a freedom of the press and representation in the Cortes. Rizal also conceded that if Spain does not grant this reform, the Filipino will likely become independent after a violent and bloody revolution. The final part of Rizal's work presents another interesting point of discussion since he attempts to look into the future of the country. He argues that if the Philippines become free in the future, this independence will be short-lived since the United States of America will probably acquire and colonize the country as one of their own territories. In the end, Rizal makes a strong assertion that it is imperative for Spain to grant the Filipinos reform. For as he eloquently states, it is better to keep peace with the desire of a people than to give way before them. The former begged sympathy and love, the latter contempt and anger. Summary: the essay was Rizal's attempt to answer the question of whether or not the Philippines would continue to remain a colony of Spain. By presenting sound arguments, Rizal made compelling case that the Philippines would only remain a colony of Spain if the Filipinos were granted reforms, particularly the freedom of the press and representation in the Spanish Cortes. Without these reforms, Rizal foresaw the eventual independence of the Philippines resulting a violent revolution. As Filipinas entered the 100 años, this article was originally published serially in the Filipino Fortnightly Review, La Solidaridad of Madrid. Running to the issues from September 1889 to January 1890, it supplements Rizal's great novel Noli Me Tangere and its sequel El Filibusterismo, and the translation here given is fortunately by Mr. Charles Derbyshire, who in his The Social Cancer and the Reign of Greed has so happily rendered into English those masterpieces of Rizal. The reference which Dr. Rizal makes the President Harrison had in mind, the grandson of his grandfather's blundering, wavering policy that, because of a groundless fear of infringing the natives' natural rights, put this country in the false light of wanting to share the Samoa's exploitation, taking the Leonine portion too along with the Germany and England.